Yo, what's up? You're flexing it with Frestylz right now. Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Flexin with Frestylz once again. Today I've got a very special guest all the way from Taiwan, Fi-Né. Suzy and Phil, how are you guys?
Yeah,
Good.
we're doing pretty well.
It's been a few years since we spoke to each other. I mean, last time I think we spoke, it was right before COVID, if I'm not wrong.
I think so. Around that time, maybe before or
long
during.
time ago, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yes.
We kind of got lucky in the way
Yeah.
we started producing other people. So
Oh, right, okay.
instead of us having to go out and perform, which we couldn't anyways,
Okay.
we just ended up producing songs and tracks for other people.
Why don't you guys describe yourself a little? You know, you guys are a couple and then, met in the US and then got married and then started doing music and then created this group. How did all that happen?
That's a process. I went to school for, when Suzy and I met, we met in Florida, and she was going to school for animation, and I was going to school for audio production and stuff like that. But when I first met her and we first started to make music, I was just I didn't know how to communicate properly in a musical way. It was more can you play something scary? And then play it, and then I'd be like, no, it's not scary enough.
Can you give me something very scary for a start? A beat can be very fire.
Yeah,
those minor stuff.
That was the beginning of our music journey. But at the point, 5 or 6 years later, 7 years later, at this point, we're kind of on the same boat. We both want to move in the same direction as far as when we talk about a sad song or angry song or happy song, we're on the same page now. Us individually, we're still underdeveloped, but us as a band was completely underdeveloped.
Hard to read, thought to be a fantasy, something that don't
Because
exist.
Phil is grew up in the States, and his influence is skateboard, hip-hop, rap, freestyle, and all that, and then he's making and recording. But my background is growing up in Taipei, Taiwan. Then I went to States around 2013, so I learned animation. But before that, I was already doing some jazz piano or some composing or some music production there. So I feel I grew up listening to a lot of Taiwanese Mando pop song.
Of course.
And sure, I know some Western music too, but I didn't know anything about freestyle until I know Phil. Because I never listened to rap music before, and until I meet
not even in Taiwan.
Yeah, I just listened to Zhou Jinlun, Sun Yanzi. Everything is Asia culture until I moved to the States, learning. But I'm still very passionate about music until I meet Phil, and I get in touch with rap. When I first met Phil, it's it's a person, and it's just the way he talk and with friends and grooving with music, just jamming is freestyle rap.
So how, when you guys create the music, how does it all blend together? I mean, you mentioned about the process.
Our album that we just released, for example, a lot of that is just our feelings, our emotions, and the life that things that happened to us during COVID. We've been able to.
The title "Awakening," right? It's all
exactly.
A new phase of whatever you call life. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do you divide work time and couples time? I mean, does it sort of interweave throughout the 24 hours in a day, or you have a clear break every now and then?
Well, I think for us, we for sure are weaving all together.
Okay.
But I feel in the beginning, two people is always, not two people, just people in general, always need to take some time to know each other. And then sometime when you know each other, let's say I start showing more about who I am, and he's showing more about who he is. I think this part is for sure important, that you have to know who you are. But the thing is, sometimes when you show too much about yourself, the other person will be shocked or like, oh my God, that's you. And it's important about that you accept that part of another person and also communicate. If when we making music, if we hold like hiding something or not being true to each other, I think that creating music process somehow get harder.
Okay, we're all here or we're not all there. Through our whole journey, that kind of has locked in a way.
Right.
Now it's a lot easier.
Yeah, for sure.
It's been 7 years going, so
it's really hard if you somehow hate this person and you're gonna create a slow love song. Like that's not gonna sound good.
Tell me a little bit more about the Taiwan music scene these days.
I think not just us specifically, but a lot of indie artists have kind of been benefiting from technology.
Okay.
So indie artists can actually become as big as signed artists if they know how to do everything themselves. I don't know if you know Mandark, Mandark. She's another artist.
Okay. Yep.
She does some singing and keyboard playing for a bigger band called Sweet John.
Okay.
But she's doing her solo stuff now, and she's pretty much been like putting in all the finances and the hard work herself. She may have some help here and there, as we all do, but yeah, I think as far as like indie artists go, at least in today's age, it may not be as difficult as it was. There's way too many. There's like
I know
millions of new artists.
Totally, right? Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, I think Taiwan's indie artist is great. Like, I will say not as big as US, but I think Taiwan, the benefit of being Taiwanese in Taiwan, because we do have some like government resources that you can apply some funds and all that. Even some of the biggest indie artists in Taiwan that I knew, some of the band members still have a 9-to-5 job.
yeah,
So I do think the economy part of making money and all that is still very hard for musician unless you're a J Chow and all that.
we are producers also, so we help a lot of artists produce their albums and their music.
Yeah.
And I'm not just a rapper and producer, I'm also a drummer. So I've been able to help the Taiwan Percussion Association. I think it's so crazy that Suzy can do as much as she can as far as singing, piano playing, part writing, and also the visual stuff, because she's a 2D animator and 3D animator. She does a lot of animation types and augmented reality and VR, all the stuff that she does. And then also like on my end, as a rapper, drummer, producer, we're just kind of, I don't know, we're blessed in that way that we can do so much for other artists, whether it's musicians that we met, we bring them in on projects and they get paid, or just other artists who we want to do a feature with or something. Okay. So, I was teaching the drums for Taiwan's Percussion Association, but I wasn't just teaching drums. Actually, most of my message was that as drummers coming into this new era, we need to find new opportunities and new ways to make money. There's a lot of DJ work out there. DJs and percussionists pair up together. A new kind of sound, a new feeling, a new stream of income. Or you can be a drummer in a band trying to compete as the best band in Taiwan, which is like, we all know how the struggle can be, to make your band so big. And I don't want to deter people from doing that. We're all evolving together.
For Phil, I guess for this question, compared to the Taiwanese audience compared to the US, do you feel there's a difference in terms of people appreciating music or art or creation in general?
You know, no matter where you are, it all comes down to the experience.
Right.
And
now, especially nowadays, right?
I'll just say it outright, out front. Americans like to party.
So, I know that well.
That's that's the experience that you're kind of on. When I first started doing music before I met Suzy, it was mostly about what is the biggest party I can put on. Local acts that are coming up that I don't have to pay like tens of thousands of dollars. Who can I put together? Because back then, the way that I was making money while I was in school is by networking with stage crews and DJs and actually people who own rather large homes in Florida. Would build a stage in the backyard, and I mean a stage that would be built for 200 to 300 people. So that's like the difference with some of the music culture between US and Taiwan is a lot of bands that I know who are big now. We used to do like living room shows, but I've never been to a house party show in Taiwan. I don't think
I'm playing really quick.
It doesn't exist here.
No, because someone will knock on your door. Excuse me.
And then they call the police right away. Right?
Yeah, just the police right away.
The way that Taiwan people become bigger and famous and stuff it will always be completely different from how it
Now, going back to Suzy, when you went to the US from a music perspective, was that also a culture shock for you?
I didn't go to a house party, but I did went to different club and bar, but I didn't go to any house party.
Okay.
Well, I think the most culture shock for me in the state should be, I feel like everyone don't judge each other that much. So like in Asia, most girls will feel like, oh, I'm too fat or all that, and I cover myself with a bunch of clothes. And in the US, you just feel like naturally want to take off all your clothes. Why you look at me like that? Because it feel like everyone wear like shorts and everything is just
that's
super normal. And then I remember the first year.
I mean, Taiwan is hot. It's hot.
It is.
Who doesn't want to wear like shorts?
If Suzy walks out with like short shorts and maybe like a sports bra, her mom will be like, "What are you doing?"
Well, the biggest culture shock for me is hospital. One time I passed out and then they called the ambulance on me, so like just want to help me, and then I wake up. Not fully awake yet, but I saw all the people trying to put me in the ambulance car, and I said, no, put me down. I insist no, because that will cost me $900.
It's about $1,000
just to ride an ambulance car.
Going back onto your latest album, The Awakening, a little bit. I loved it. Listened to it at least 6 or 7 times a couple of weeks ago. And the video, how the hell did you guys come up with the concept? I mean, obviously, the Gen AI thing is the in thing right now, but putting that into an actual MV, that's another level. Who came up with the concept? Suzy, did you come up with that concept?
I did come up with it. Sure, yes, I did. But we hired a crew. The director is Timothy, and I know he also hired AI artists. But my idea was come from, there's a duo in the States called Magdalena Bay.
Magdalena
Bay. But anyway, very trippy duo. And I saw their music video, and I feel like that is for sure. It just inspired me so much. But
I think it was the lead singer's face in like animated form. Suzy didn't just want the whole thing to be AI.
Of course.
Be able to transition in and out.
Then the artists, they built the whole like the vegetation island stuff, and
all of the flowers were like real flowers,
yeah.
real grass planted in this like factory. They went as far as to repaint the entire room.
Okay.
And then set up all of the grass and then paint again. You know, they were dealing with dirt and grass and plants and stuff. So after they finished, they had to paint again.
Yeah, again.
Okay.
But we would have to walk on from like the back side to not leave footprints on the front side.
Yeah. The bonus shot for sure is our two beautiful dancers with their beautiful booty shaking in front of Phil's ass. The ass in front of face.
Yeah.
And then you said one of them accidentally bumped into your face, right? It was so close.
I had like the glasses on, and you wanted to do like a wide angle shot. You're actually like quite close together. So like the model's butt was like super close, and I was like stay in character for the camera, and then she knocked my glasses like tilted with her butt. It's like, whoa.
The whole thing was done in Taiwan, right? It wasn't done. Wow.
As you know, Suzy is pop and kind of R&B like that. I'm kind of like hip hop and rock. Like I'm the loud one of the She's like kind of sensual, emotional. Like that's the contrast that we go for. So I don't really like fit anywhere.
I think it's a good thing because more and more, even when you look at how some artists, even the mainstream artists, are presenting themselves nowadays.
This is totally crazy.
Like,
you look at Lil Uzi Vert. I mean, can you call him a full rapper?
Yeah.
He's not. He's doing fucking rock and EDMs and shit. You know?
Yeah, for sure. You know, Tyler the Creator is crazy too.
Tyler the Creator. I mean, you know, I'd call him a real rapper.
Taiwan is very genre specific, right? Not Cantopop, your Mando pop, and then you've got your rock.
You know, I would say that it's true they like to categorize certain people, but it's also true that they're relatively open.
I think they're pretty though. Like, because you know, like one time we went to a concert and that rapper just saying 1101 1101 and somehow many people love it.
Man,
I think Taiwan is open.
That show specifically, I went up to the rapper and I was very upfront. I was like, did you run out of words to say, or was that part of the show? Because he was just like 101101 1001.
Wow.
The 10011. That whole point of why he did that is because it seems that most of society today lives in ones and zeros. How we look at in a bank account, how we make our music, it's all ones and zeros.
Artists such as yourselves are actually your own A&R now.
Yeah. I mean, I would say we're our own R&A. A&R, but also like we're actually just kind of meeting people who are willing to help us along the way. We have met radio hosts and people from colleges who have college radio stations, and like that's huge actually. College radio is probably bigger than like normal radio because college students are actively listening to it, right? And I feel like that's kind of what we're all up against now, is not going to be pitching to labels. It's not going to be all the old stuff that we used to do, you know, maybe 5 or 10 years ago, but it's however your current status, who you know right now, who can help you, who's willing to help, who's able, and can you really deliver what you say you're trying to, you know?
Even with listen to some rapper now, they're like, they don't release music on Spotify, they only release music on TikTok. They're like, if you go big on TikTok, if you somehow get trending, it's literally real people listen to your thing. And here's some rapper talking about they only release onto TikTok now.
TikTok,
right?
Wow.
TikTok has no direct pay. You can only build up your worth on TikTok and then make deals with people and business.
Who do you really want to work with next that you've been craving for?
Too many.
Too many, huh?
Okay, just say your dream idol you want to work with.
That's so hard.
I think my dream idol, I want to work with Sabrina and Claudio.
Okay.
Okay, what about you, Phil? That's a dream idol, right? Or you can think about two. Two is okay. You don't have to narrow.
Yeah.
I'm so like spread out. Like, so I would say Wiz Khalifa. Very big part of my growing up. Like high school, college, he got me through my classes. But growing up, technicality wise, like rapping and detailed as a rapper, I think actually Eminem might be a big influence. And my older brother was listening to Eminem when I was like 5 or 6.
Right.
The Taiwan scene has changed so much.
It has?
With just in 4 to 5 years. When I first got here, it was mainly Mando Pop, indie, lo-fi, and then it all switched up. Like MTV rappers came out, like Taiwanese girls started twerking, and like everything just kind of like completely changed. And I was like, damn, like people are ready for hip hop.
For the Awakenings, are you guys gonna do shows, concert, touring?
We are planning for that for sure.
We have shows coming up.
Okay.
For the Awakening, I do really want to do a tour, if it's in Taiwan or in another country. But we might have to apply some funding. Here, we still have few festival show to play.
Nice.
October, it's a festival in Kaohsiung, and November, Luck Festival, and just few festival to play. But we really do want to do a touring, but I know touring costs a lot of money.
For your current album, if you were to summarize that in 30 seconds, how would you describe it?
Oh, okay.
I'll give you 15 and she'll give you 15.
Okay.
I would say that album is a representation of things that we went through between 2019 to 2022-ish. Okay. Friends that we lost and our own evolution as artists. Working with people, that was a first, to have many mix engineers and produce on a project, whereas normally I was doing everything audio.
Right.
Suzy, of course, she's co-producing and singing.
Beep.
But that's the biggest.
Okay, then I'm gonna say more general way to say it. Right. I would say our album is about materialism transcend to spirituality, and you will hear many styles through hip-hop, R&B, rock, metal, pop, from singing to rapping. And that's our album, The Awakening. And this album, including cassette tape and cassette machine, also had a augmented reality song card that if you put together and you scan with a phone, you will see some magic 3D stuff. So that's the bonus plus about this album. Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have CDs?
Oh, we have
Frestylz It?
oh my goodness.
Cassette.
Suzy's gonna get one of our boxes. Yeah, we came out with an entire box set. So
nice.
This is the box when you first get it. That's how big it is.
Damn.
It says The Awakening.
Okay.
Suzy did all of the graphic design on the outside. And then when you open it, it's in here.
Nice. Wow.
Again, it says The Awakening. And it's got the cassette here.
Wow. When was the last time I bought a cassette tape?
She designed that.
Okay.
And then not only that, but there's a cassette player in here that Suzy hand spray painted.
Still a Walkman?
These are hand spray painted.
Oh, right.
By Suzy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, it says The Awakening.
Ah.
And inside there's like one of these cards that kind
Oh,
of
yeah. Those flashcards.
changes.
And stickers.
Stickers. All
Wow.
that she came up with the design.
Nice.
And then these are the song cards when you scan them with
Okay.
their Instagram. Yeah, there's a QR
Wow.
code on Instagram and also another app called RT Vive.
Okay.
The images will come to life. So
Are you guys making that like a limited edition set, or it's
Yes.
up in the general?
I think we came out with like probably around 50 units.
Okay.
But we sold and gave away most of it in like the first days that it came out.
Damn.
It was so quick.
Very
Everybody bought one.
So, because I saw you guys had a little press release a few weeks ago, right? Am I right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we had
Yeah,
a
we did.
really fun party.
Yeah.
That's another thing that we really want to do.
All Suzy. Okay.
Well, we discussed this concept together. Like we want to have not just about Phene. We talk about we want to bring everyone together. We want to have this called Have Fun Seriously party. So far, it's part one. We want to have many party, even if it possible, can do it in Hong Kong. Basically, the concept is we will be there, but maybe we have the headliner. We will partner up with different artists, and we also want to partner up with artists doing graphic designs, or last time they even had a person that owned many snake, like real animal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his pets come around, and then these snakes are very friendly.
Through our journey, we have come across kind of an idea that experiencing an artist shouldn't only be about. So, for example, many artists like to use certain brands. We want to lock in with local brands and local artists who are kind of their own new thing and making them a part of our show. So
I think that's great.
I have 2 to 4 vendors who make whatever, it could be clothing or jewelry or whatever. We just want to do these shows where we're supporting many local brands, artists, whether it's visual artists or audible artists. In the future, every artist will have their own show or festival, in a sense, that has all of the stuff that they like. It's like right now, festivals hire artists, but for some reason I feel in the future, artists will be putting on their own festival. And each artist will have their own, like, whatever vendors and food. You know, maybe Travis Scott likes Peruvian food a lot, so there'd be like food vendors or something.
I mean, when you think of Travis, his Astral World was his own thing, right?
But I still think that was too much just music and visual, you know,
true.
You could have experienced what kind of food does Travis Scott like, what kind of products into that aren't just, you know, clothing. What else is he into? We don't even know. I don't even know. The artist's responsibilities and roles become bigger and bigger, and it's partly because the cost of it is a little high.
I look forward to seeing more of it from you guys, because it's refreshing to hear a sound that you guys have created that is, you know, it's not even about East or West, it's just music, right? At the end of the day, it's about music, English, Mandarin, or a mix of the two, building that as something that people can take it anywhere in the world and enjoy the music, right? Thank you so much for tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know, I'd love to meet you guys one day. I still haven't met you guys face to face yet. But, you never know, Taiwan or Hong Kong or anywhere else, right?
Grandpa, could you say me?
Yeah, my mom's father is from Hong Kong.
Oh, really?
I don't think my mother or myself have ever actually been to Hong Kong, but her father is from Hong Kong.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay. To come over and we'll chill. Thank you once again for tonight. It's been amazing.
Thank you
so much.
We'll chat again soon. All right.
Yes.
Have a good night. Have a good night. Talk soon, guys. Okay.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Your mental.
He has had pretty big chances on television shows that